Calvin Johnson surprised the Detroit Lions when he abruptly retired after the 2015 season. According to Megatron, things have been icy ever since. I don't even like to talk Lions too much just because the way our relationship ended. If they see me around here, we'll see. But hey, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was treated the way I should have been treated on the way out. Scott, do you feel like Megatron should have been treated better by the Lions, or should he pump the brakes?
First off, this statement is ambiguous. He did not state further what that meant. He was asked, the right thing to do from a member of the press, what don't you or did you not like about how you were treated on your exit? He said, I don't want to get into it. Now, I don't like Johnson's answer. That's like saying, man, you would not believe what I found out about you. It is a secret. Okay, well, what is it? I can't tell you. Point is, don't even bring it up if you're not going to get into the details. That's very juvenile. Now, what would it possibly be? There is sort of a clear, quantified answer to this. The poor treatment, what does it usually have to do? What would Deep Throat tell you from All the President's Men? You follow the money, right?
Yeah.
And under contract in the NFL, throughout their CBA, if you retire prematurely on the player's terms, the team has the opportunity to recoup some of your guaranteed money prorated from the proportions that you did not follow through within the contract.
Right.
And the Lions did so. They expected and demanded that Johnson take the money back, as an athlete would be. And I would say that he relatively is not an entitled athlete for somebody that performed the way he did. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He should be a first ballot. A lot of people think that he now just doesn't have a strong enough body of work. That's irrelevant. He is a all-time great as a Lion. He was dominant. There was a 4-year period. He was the best wide receiver in the NFL. I think in a way, pro athletes, celebrities like that, as humble as they can be, he wasn't T.O. or Des Bryant or Randy Moss. He felt like, in a way, this is my pension plan. Like, this is my exit bonus.
So you feel like, though, the Lions should have treated him better with everything that he did for the Lions and the fact that they didn't really give him a great team, right? I don't know if he ever made the playoffs. If so, maybe it was once or twice.
It's hard for a wide receiver to control the wins and losses. That's really left up to a quarterback or a running back pre-1995. I do think the wide receiver is the 5th most important position of influence behind quarterback, shutdown corner, defensive end, left tackle, and then wide receiver. Calvin Johnson's skill set, though, when he's able to reach nearly 1,900 receiving yards, and you have to put 2 guys, a safety's living on his side, they should have done more. And Stafford, I thought, grew enough patience and strength and tolerance as a quarterback for them to do better, and they didn't. I know they were in a difficult division.
Yep.
I mean, his first couple of years, the Urlacher Bears were still very strong with Lovie Smith, and the Packers were always good with McCarthy and Rodgers. But, yeah, I think that had something to do with it. I think the fact that, keep in mind, by the way, to answer your question, there's not a right answer here. It's business. Both sides have every right to do what they chose to do. There is contracts to really cover monetarily everything that happened here, and it happened, and he didn't follow through with his contract either. So you reap what you sow on every end. He was given a lot of money to go play a sport he would have played for free before he was 21 years old.
It certainly always seems like organizations, teams kind of had an upper hand because, they trade guys, they cut guys. But as soon as a player who's given everything that he has done some great things for Detroit, leaves or decides to retire in a fashion that they don't like, even though he was banged up. This is a guy that was banged up towards the end of his career. Then all of a sudden, you know what? Icy relationship. We don't like the way you did us. But you're the organization. You're the team. Like, you always had an upper hand.
Well, he had dozens of millions of dollars given to him. All he had to do was show up to play football.
Right.
He chose.
But
life is about choices.
Tired of losing. I mean, I show up every single year. I put my body through it.
I'm tired of losing. So should Joe Thomas just leave?
He could.
He could, but he's not, because he wants the money, or he wants the challenge of getting better. Detroit made the playoffs this year.
That they did. So maybe if you'd have came back, well, that was a couple years ago, but still, they rarely went to the playoffs when he was there. We'll see if they can try to amend this relationship going forward.